Same PPC campaign. All right, here's the things when things go bad. When the business owner maybe thinks, you know what, things are going good. I've done the 6 months, and my sales are better than ever. Cut it.
I don't need you anymore.
I don't need you anymore. Bye.
I've had that.
What do you do, man?
Well, what do I do?
Well,
or
no.
the customer do?
What should let's put it that way. What should the customer be mindful of when thinking like that?
Thinking like that. So before cutting off the company.
Before cutting off, saying, you know what, things are great. I don't need it anymore.
Analyze what the current campaign is. How much ROI it's bringing them. Is it bringing a positive return on investment? You know, if you can, as soon as you figure out in a pay-per-click campaign what that positive return is, whether it's $1 to get 1 cent back or $1 to get $1 back, you know, $2 back, a dollar increase, that is providing positive ROI. And once you figure that method out, then you start dumping money into it. So if you're thinking about getting out of a relationship where somebody's doing your pay-per-click, if they're getting you results, why the fuck would you leave? Unless you're going to do it yourself, in-house it, switch companies. There's got to be some type of something to, you know, supplement that, whether it's in-house or out-house. So make sure that supplement is set up, ready to go. Make sure you own all of those assets, that logins, those accounts are yours, not on your digital agency's account.
Yep.
Because if you go do, you know, what a lot of people don't realize is, if you're, let's just say a year for easy numbers, if you've been doing a digital campaign for 1 year and you're selling water bottles, we've been talking about water all day, so we'll stay there. If you're selling water bottles and your cost per click is 50 cents to sell one water bottle, and your water bottle sells for $1 and you've got a 50-cent profit margin, you're basically breaking even. After you run that campaign, the PPC campaign, over a year, and you start optimizing that, you should be able to get that 50 cents per click down to 25 cents per click over the course of the year, because you're building relevancy in the eyes of the algorithm. They're starting to trust you. They're seeing your results. All of this data that you're building up over this long period of time, they're seeing that people are searching bottled water in the search results. They see your ad that says, buy bottled water here. They click on that ad. They go to a page that says bottled water right here, buy now. And then people buy that water and it gets sent to you, and that's a conversion. Then Google's like, okay, this company is legit. Before, we didn't know who the fuck they were, so we were charging them 50 cents a click. Now they keep getting all these conversions. They want you to show up first because you're answering the question that people are asking the search or
Authority. Google. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now they're working. So let's go ahead and make them 30 cents a click instead of 50 cents a click. And that's part of campaign optimization that you do over a long period of time. It's, yes, you want to build leads and traffic and sales for the client and figure out all your cost per leads and cost per clicks and acquisitions and all that shit. But also, it's how to optimize the campaign to bring down the overhead of your ad spend. And that goes for any platform, Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube ads, any of them. But speaking of pay-per-click, so if you hire an agency that you've been working with to do this for you, the pay-per-click campaigns,
right,
and you've had them for 1 year or 5 years, and then you go decide to X them out or fire them or I don't need you anymore. When you go off on your own, if they owned that campaign and set it up, the account, the Google pay-per-click account, you lose all that data. You know, now you can't go back and look at the data. The analytics you can't go look at to see where people traveled to on the web. I mean, there's a million metrics that you can go search. You don't have access to any of those metrics at all anymore if they owned it. Second thing is, once they own those metrics, so you want to convert those over from them to you, right, so that you retain that data. Not to mention, if you've been working on that for 1 year or a couple years to get your cost per click down from 50 cents a click down to 25 cents a click, if you go set up your own platform with a new agency or yourself, you're starting from ground zero. So you just went from 25 cents back up to 50 cents a click. You're starting all over.
That's brutal.
Brutal. If you are in a relationship and you want to get out of that relationship, one, have a reason to leave. And if you do, have shit set up so that there's a smooth transition. But most importantly, make sure that you own all of those platforms or get access to all those platforms or get ownership of them before you bounce. Otherwise, you just lost years of data and a shit ton of money that you've been investing.